So like I said from the beginning, I'm going to be cranking out videos on the Tesla Model Y, just like I did with the Focus ST, and I'm starting to do with the M2. But here we have Dana's Performance Model Y. Dana's just off camera. He'll be in a little bit. And then we have my long range here. So we're going to go through all the differences of the car. The cool thing is they're spec'd the same. Same white color on the exterior, same white interior. We're going to talk about ride quality, we're going to talk about range, we're going to talk about the heat coming through the sunroof. I know a lot of you talk about the panoramic roof. And with me being in Phoenix, I'm in an extreme environment. So there's very few places on Earth that are going to get hotter than Phoenix, and I've been able to experience what that's like when it's 120 degrees outside. I'll bring Dana in now so we can kind of go through everything.
I think we're also going to talk about power, right?
Yeah.
There's a big difference in power.
Yeah, we're going to do some acceleration tests. This was tested by Car and Driver at 4.6 seconds to 60. It's advertised at 4.8. Dana's car is at 3.5 seconds to 60. So while this car will obliterate most things on the street, not necessarily because the 0 to 60 times quick, it's just because of how the power is put down. So this thing will annihilate most, I mean, like if a GTR pulled up, it would be close.
Yeah. Prior to the Tesla, I had a 2017 NSX, and off the line, this smokes the NSX.
Yeah.
Even though the NSX is a hybrid and has the electric and the gas setup, this is just instantaneous. It's unreal.
Yeah. And so if you check the card at the top of your screen, before his NSX, he actually had a GTR. You've had a couple of GTRs, right?
Yeah.
So I've reviewed that, or I've reviewed his NSX. So he's been on the channel a couple times. He used to do YouTube videos, but then he quit. Let's just start with the exterior of the car. I upgraded the wheels. I got the 20-inch induction wheels. The cars are both filthy, by the way, so if you're looking for clean cars, it's not here. These are the 21-inch wheels. I've seen the 19s with that come with the hubcaps, give you a little bit more range. I just don't think the car looks as good. People have talked about the ride quality with the 19-inch wheel. Yeah, it's probably better, but the looks, I just don't think it looks very good. But if you're here just for, you need the absolute most range, you want the absolute comfort, go with the 19-inch wheels. I personally really like these wheels. So Dana's car has 21-inch, I believe they called Uber turbine wheels.
Yeah.
These things, they're beautiful. And the other difference is it comes with a gummier tire. So these are a 280 tread wear rating. The all seasons that come on mine are a 500 tread wear rating. So it's way different in grippiness. These are going to be able to put down the power, the 456 horsepower, and to handle, the main thing with these is the torque. You know, the second you're on it, it's at full torque. So
these are what, Pirelli P0s, right?
Yeah. So these are the same tread wear rating as my M2. And also you'll notice the red brake calipers with Tesla etched into the side of it. So that's a nice touch. I wish mine, I don't necessarily care if mine are red or not, I just wish it had the Tesla etched in. Even if it was in black, it's just a nice detail. That I think everyone, regardless if you're like super into cars or if you're just buying a Tesla because it's efficient, I wish it had that etched into it. So 21-inch wheels. The other thing, this is part of the Performance Upgrade Pack. So you can get a Model Y Performance that just has the regular hubcaps on it. It could be kind of like a sleeper, as they like to say. But yeah, this Performance Upgrade Pack comes with the suspension, the bigger wheels, better tires, and I think that's it, right?
Yeah, above yours, the brakes are performance brakes, they call them. I don't know if they're larger or what that means.
I think these are definitely larger. Yeah, I don't know what the pistons are on these things. Like, I don't know. It's kind of irrelevant because of regenerative braking. So that's one thing to look at. The other thing, this car looks about an inch lower than mine. As we were kind of looking at them just parked in this garage, it sits about an inch lower. Just overall, the wheel fills out the wheel well a little bit better. It sits lower, it's more aggressive. But it also rides more aggressively, and with the Performance Upgrade Pack, that takes your total range down to 291 miles as opposed to 316 miles that you get in the long range. Some people have asked if I regret not getting the Model Y Performance. I would love to have the power, there's no doubt about that. But the power in this thing is sufficient, and for me, the range was very important because I use this for my daily job. There's some days I'm using 250 miles of range, and I needed to have absolutely as much as I could get. So here's kind of a cool view from behind both of the Ys here. Another difference I forgot to mention is this carbon fiber spoiler that comes on the Performance. This is a really nice feature. It's actually something that I might do to mine. And again, I'm not someone that's like, if I had a WRX, I wouldn't put an STI wing on it. I think you should be put in jail for that. This is one of those upgrades. It's a really nice, subtle touch. Kind of adds to almost the ducktail look that they put on the Model Y. I think that's the best design feature on the entire car. When you sit from a distance, look at it from a side shot, it looks really good and gives the car a rigid look as opposed to a sloping, droopy look. So I really like that about the Y.
One way you can tell performance versus non-performance is this red stripe underneath the badge.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, like the average person seeing these two cars drive by, probably not going to tell the difference. So let's move on to the interior of the car now. Dana got the sunshade. We'll have it linked down in the description below, that way you can check that out. Classical music playing.
The reason I got the sunshade is because I was trying to minimize, this car was parked outside for a little bit, and I was trying to minimize how much sun was getting in and heating the car up over a period of time, and it made a big difference. I like it, but I think what I'll do is remove that and tint it with a ceramic tint eventually.
Yeah. The other thing is the rear glass, you'll notice, comes with a shade on it from the factory.
This is additionally tinted as well, though.
Right. Yeah, and mine is too.
Okay.
So I was talking to Tyler at Dynamic Tint, and he was saying that's just a tempered glass. So it looks good. It has no function though. Mm-hmm. So if you guys can't just tint the front windows, the back needs to be tinted as well. I'd also recommend if you want the rear windows to go a shade darker, do the same shade you did up front on the back because it's already a level of tint. I went a shade darker, and mine are like limo black.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. You can see mine is much more see-through than yours is.
Yeah, exactly. So just a tip if you're thinking of getting it tinted. But yeah, so as far as the heat goes coming through the roof, yeah, at noon, midday, 12 through 2 o'clock when it's 115 degrees, sun's blasting down, you definitely feel some heat. As you're driving and you have the AC going, you kind of forget about it.
Yeah, you don't notice it after a while.
Yeah, so if you want to totally eliminate that, you can get the sunshade. That's a more cost-effective option, or you can get it fully tinted. Yeah. So there's a couple options there, but again, us being in Phoenix, this is as hot as it gets. I don't think it's an issue that you should worry about.
Yeah, no, anywhere else other than Phoenix, I can't imagine it being that bad.
No, if you're in the Northeast, yeah, it's not going to be a problem. So overall, with the white interior, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I've heard that they're very easy to clean. We will be doing some tests to show that. Eventually in a video, I will do that. But I've heard they clean up well. You can actually bleach the seats, and they're just kind of built for that. So a lot of other cars I've seen light interiors where if you have jeans, you get in and there's like that blue rub on the side of them. So I mean, eventually if that happens, I'll show you. We'll get them cleaned up. My wife and I, when we went up to Sedona recently, and we went on a hike. I was all dusty and everything, so we just got in the car. I don't notice it though. So I'll eventually wipe microfiber the seats down. I have an interior cleaner. I personally think it's the way to go for $1,000. And really, when I got the $3,000 discount on the car, I got the wheels and the seats for free. So, my opinion, it's worth it. But maybe you just like the black interior better. Maybe you want this to be the wood grain that comes with the black interior. It's all personal opinion. I think either way you go, you're going to still get the comfort on both of them.
One additional thing about the seats and constantly worrying about keeping them clean and whatnot, even if you did royally mess them up, everything in this car is modular, right? That's how cars are built. So if you needed to replace the seat covers, okay, you go to Tesla, you buy new seat covers and have them installed. Not a big deal. And then it's back to how it was from the factory. So people need to realize that it's not that big of a deal. Everything in this car can be replaced, every little piece of it.
Yeah, I agree. Just enjoy it. Like if you like how it looks, get it. Yeah. On to the next thing. We're gonna go more performance, ride quality, all that stuff. Dana's gonna drive mine. I'm gonna drive his. We're gonna put Andrew in the back seat and we're gonna kill him after the video. So.
All right. So while we were in this parking garage, we found a third-party charger, and this one's by ChargePoint. And it should charge at around the same rate as you'd get at home if you had
the NEMA 1450.
Yeah, the NEMA 1450 with 32 amps, right? So you need to use this J1772 adapter, which comes with all Teslas. And so all you gotta do is open this charge point and pop this in, okay? And then you have to set up your charge point account by just log in. And it's been a while since I've done this, but press this button, I think. No. Do it. How do we do this thing again?
So what you do is...
Yeah, this is exactly how I do it. We've done this before. Wait. Okay.
Oh, that's
So,
sweet.
yeah, you just get your phone close to it, double click it, and it's gotta recognize your face. Recognize my face, bastard. Or just put my password in. Don't look.
Kanye 0000.
There we go. Okay, now it's ready to charge. So you heard it unlock. All right, charge port when available, and pop it in, and we're done. So it'll charge it to my account, my charge point account on my phone, which is amazing. It's just so easy to go anywhere and have these charge points. They're everywhere. You can see them everywhere I go.
So what does this cost you, or how much is it?
I'm not sure. We'll have to come back and take a look. Exactly.
That'll be interesting.
what
Yeah,
it'll be.
once we come back, we're gonna hop in my car right now. Dana's gonna take it for a ride.
Yeah.
Talk about the acceleration of it and ride quality.
You can take a look at the charge rate. It'll ramp up. Right now it's at 1.86 kilowatt. See, now it's at 3.27. It should eventually get to around, I think, 7 or so.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel this way, but talking about, you love performance cars. The cars you've owned are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have an M2. I mean, I have the ST. Like, I love engines, sound. I love all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels good to not be polluting.
No, it does. It feels
There's
good.
something about that, and I'm not like a green freak. Like, I'm not.
Not polluting and still having a
but
lot of fun.
Exactly, and the driving dynamics are great. I don't know, it's just kind of things I wasn't thinking about before getting it, but it's kind of nice. I calculated how much gas I use on an annual basis, so on an annual basis I use about over 600 gallons of gas a year that will now not be in the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
it's kind of nice to be able to do that. But anyways, let's get in my Model Y and see what Dana's thoughts are on it.
Yeah, so it still accelerates pretty quickly and it's instantaneous, but there's definitely a drastic difference between the performance and the non-performance. The performance is very aggressive. It's shockingly quick. Just by like that would be really
We'd be all back
shocking.
in our seats.
But it's not as aggressive. But it's way more than your traditional internal combustion engine car.
Yeah.
Right? Like that
That's nuts.
No internal combustion car can do that because they have to downshift. It has to be in the right gear. If it's a turbo car, it has to be boosted. It has to to have its pressure up and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
this is just instantaneous. Right. So that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, it is crazy.
So that's what you never get tired of. is
No.
Instant torque.
Yeah.
There's no doubt the performance. If you really want a super punchy car, you really want a crazy fast SUV, spend the extra money to get the performance. But if you just want the additional range and comfort and you don't want to spend that extra money, this is way more than what most cars have.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing we were talking about is the ride quality. We went over a couple bumps. It's tough for us to give you a realistic view of how is the handling. We're not in the canyons, so I don't know we could give you good feedback there. I'm sure it's better.
Yeah, handling is hard to tell because we're not taking these corners real hard. But no doubt that this car, the non-performance, this one is more supple and it goes over bumps much nicer, like this right there. In my car, it'd be a little bit jarring because you have the larger wheels, you have the thinner tread or the tire wear, or tire
thinner tire wall.
Thinner tire wall, and the car is lowered, and so you have all these things going against you. Yeah, so this is definitely a more comfortable ride. For me, I don't drive very much. I drive my Tesla maybe 10, 15 miles a week at most.
Wow.
So not very much. It's not a big deal for me.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. Like I said before, do I regret it? No, I can't really because I needed the range. I'd love to have the performance because it's so fast, and we're going to drive that here shortly.
Yeah.
But again, it's still fast. I would bet if I lined this up with my M2, I think roll race M2 would win. It just has more top end power.
Yeah.
But acceleration, I don't think it has a chance.
No, I mean, off the line.
Off the line.
No.
I mean, this was tested car and driver, like I said, at 4.6 seconds. The M2, the best they got out of it was 4.4 with a professional driver.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Yeah.
mean,
So right now it's 93 out. It's not super hot actually. It's cooling down because we just had rain last night. But it would usually be around 105, 110 out. And so right now I don't feel any heat coming in through this and hitting my head. Even if I take my hat off, I don't feel anything.
yeah, no, I don't feel it.
So my understanding is that there's already a solar, maybe a tint, but there's a solar something to stop
Yeah.
the solar from coming in. But if you want even more, you can put that blocker, that shade, or you can additionally tint it with ceramic tint
Yeah.
if you're crazy like me. But
Yeah, the other day, someone asked, like, will you burn your hand if you touch the roof? And I replied to the comment, and I said no. And I then touched the roof after it had been sitting outside and basically cooked my finger medium well. So you can burn your finger. It does get very hot. If you have kids and they're stupid and they don't learn their lesson, they touch things, yeah, they're gonna burn themselves properly.
let them learn their lesson once.
But let them learn. Be like, yeah, touch the roof. When you initially drive a Tesla, you're kind of shocked by, you're like, whoa, look at this roof and look at all this glass. But after you own one for a couple weeks,
You forget
you're
it's
not
there.
even looking at it. So
Yeah.
don't let that initial shock be like, oh, I need this because it has a glass roof. Once you own the car, you're not like looking out the glass roof.
Yeah,
So
you totally forget it's there. This is nice if you go camping. I was
Yeah.
thinking about this. I want to go camping in my Tesla.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it my camping thing in the future. You can get some really cool beds, and if you're less than 6'1", you should be able to sleep in the back without
Yeah.
a problem. Put the seats down, it's flat. Put a nice bed back there. You have an entertainment system. You have everything you need to go do a nice camping trip. But also at night, you could look up and see the stars.
yeah,
That'd be sick.
yeah, that'd be really cool. I have has camp mode. We should do that.
Yeah, we should go camping.
Go camping and get smashed.
Yeah, it's still pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie. It's
still, yeah.
You get around cars. You can go ahead of people and cut in, cut out.
I mean,
quite nicely.
we all together probably over 500 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, there's a lot of extra weight in here. There is a difference when you're alone, just like any car,
Yeah.
driving around. So I guess the next thing we need to do is pop in Dana's Y, and I'll let you know how that is.
All right. One thing I noticed when I came back is that it's reporting it's only hitting a max of 5.3 kilowatts, whereas at my apartment I get to about 7 kilowatts. So it's not as good as a Tesla charger, but it's pretty good. So I'm gonna unplug it and see what we charged at, how much it cost me. Stop charging. Unlock charge port. Pop it back in. So now it's green, it's done. It should tell me how much. So 26 minutes of charging. I got 2.024 kilowatt hours. Let's see what charge point charged me for that. You can probably cut all this out.
Yeah.
Oh, it was free. So I guess it's free to charge here. So you
Wow.
can see here it says free.
That's pretty cool.
That is badass. 26 minutes of charging for free.
$0. Yeah, so if you're getting a quick lunch or picking something up, I mean, just get a little bit back.
Yep.
A little more feel in the wheels.
Because of the larger wheels.
Larger wheels,
Tires.
thinner sidewalls. I love the electric sound.
Yeah, it's like a spaceship.
But yeah, I can already tell the throttle response is,
Instantaneous.
yeah.
I'd say they're both instantaneous, it's just one just puts it down harder.
Oh, my God. It has, so my feeling is the initial pickup is similar. There's then a mid-range torque that just,
Yeah, mind blowing.
yeah, I mean, it goes. I wanna over these bumps here. Yeah, it's not like a terrible ride though.
No, it's perfectly nice.
It's firmer, but it's not. Andrew's like flying around in the back seat.
I've never been in the passenger seat where somebody's driving it like crazy.
Yeah, like a psychopath. Those ladies have no idea we're in an obnoxious car. But I mean, overall, here we're going over some cobblestone right now.
We don't. It feels pretty
I
good.
really don't. Yeah, I mean, it feels about the same. So really, you just have to decide if you do want the performance and you want to go with the performance upgrade pack. you know, is that range going to affect your use of the car? You can always get some other aftermarket wheels that are lightweight if you want to give it a more of a performance look, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I mean.
One thing to mention as well is that the difference in range is because of the larger wheels and tires, and it's just not as efficient.
Yeah, wheels are very heavy.
Yeah, they're heavier, they don't have as much aerodynamics and whatnot. But the other thing is that because a car is so snappy, you always want to hit it and have fun with it, and your battery will go down quicker because of that. Just like when you have a performance car, when you have a performance car, your gas goes down quicker. You're having fun.
Yeah.
All the time.
The difference is,
You have to kill that bird.
yeah. The difference is with gas, you can go to a station and just fill up, and you're not worried.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas this, if you're driving like a moron,
Yeah.
you could strand yourself, and that's awful for the battery to drain it to nothing.
Yeah, it just depends like how you.
Yeah, this thing is so fast.
Yeah, it's unreal. I'm actually a little terrified when you hit these corners.
I know. So the overall feel of the car, like we expected, the power, much more power, a lot more torque, and just a little sharper in the handling and the feedback you get through the wheels. So yeah, the performance upgrade pack does something for sure. The brakes look cool, but again, the brakes on these cars are not nearly as relevant as they are in a normal car. When I reviewed a Focus RS and I got on the, I think they're 4-piston brakes up front, and I got on the brakes, I was like, whoa, this is a huge difference, because the ST only comes with single piston.
Oh.
So like in a car like that, you feel the difference in the power of the brakes, but with this Tesla, again, just the regenerative braking takes over so much. It's really single foot driving.
On having this one pedal driving scenario, you always want to time the regen to get you to the stop at the right point.
Yes.
It's kind of like a game that you play. Like, how good can I be at assuming when it's going to stop perfectly in front of or behind the car you're in front of?
Yeah, I've compared that to like getting a perfect shift.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like the future of
Getting the perfect brake.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I'm gonna go get in my Y, Dana's gonna get in his, and we're going to see acceleration wise how quick they are, or how much faster this thing is compared to the long range.
It's like getting a crisp brake, you know, like a crisp shift.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a crisp brake.
Oh man, I just nailed that regen.
Yeah.
2, 1, go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll be doing more with Dana in the future in his Model Y. But the overall summary of driving the performance compared to the long range, I don't feel like I'm missing much. Yes, it is a faster car for sure, but again, for me, the range on the car was more important. It's a little bit more comfortable, not a ton though. It's not like it has a rough ride to it. I'm sure as you would drive around town, go over certain bumps, you'd feel it more often. But I truly don't believe that you're going to have any issues if you want to go with the performance upgrade pack on the Model Y Performance. You can see as the side-by-side acceleration test, I do go to Gapplebee's fairly quickly, but as we're accelerating, it's not like he is pulling way ahead continuously. It's more the initial 0 to 60, and then from there it kind of flattens out a little bit. So it really depends on what you're looking for. I think the nice thing about Tesla is the interiors are all the same. So yes, his has more power, has different wheels, it's had little subtleties all around the car that make it what it is. And I think regardless of what Tesla you get, probably the most important thing for me does come down to range. Andrew and I were just talking off camera about if he should get the standard range a little earlier because it's cheaper, or maybe should I save up and get the long range Model 3. My advice is just go with whatever has the most amount of range. because doing trips and things like that is just going to make your life easier. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. I'll get back to as much as possible, but it's actually nice, the community in my videos, we're all looking to help each other out and give the information that we have, so it should be pretty helpful. But thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.